Good evening, good afternoon, you lovely lot, and welcome to Tuesday night here in the UK edition of Launch Party. Now, let me tell you, we have got an official launch now. You may have got your hands on it not only earlier on today, but maybe a few of you, we've seen in the comments last night, got your hands on our brand new launch last night. But this is it. This is the official launch of our brand new own Crafter's Companion 2-setting heat tool and something to me that's magic, and that is the heat and mold foam. However, I'm not going to be showing you how it's going to be working. I'm just going to be on this side going like, oh my gosh, that is incredible. You know by now who's going to be doing that next couple of hours with me. It's Debby Robinson herself. Another good show, this one, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, launch party, so we're going to bring out all those lovely new things.
Yes. New
things that have only just relaunched, and lots of the great deals for you as well. But it's really exciting. If you didn't catch the show this morning, where were you? Because this is our, well, it is magic foam, for want of a better word. It is where you can heat and mould and now turn any object, anything, into a stamp with this specialised foam that we have. I say we. That a team of Leanne and the amazing people of the product development team have come up with that literally transforms, and you're not going to believe your eyes. If you've never seen this before, you need to stay tuned to this show, because we've got lots of different things. I've given Johnny his money back. I had to give him money back.
Yeah.
So I can't have the money. I needed a drink.
To be fair, he came looking for it.
I've got other bits and bobs here. So we're going to have a go. I've got a great big book full of all the different things that you can do and have an attempt at trying to use in terms of turning things like Essien, like tin foil, like paper clips, like pegs, into a stamp. And it literally is with this and this combined together that create the magic. So, do you know that scared living poops out of me then? I'm not going to lie. I'm so sorry.
Switched on.
I flicked the button on by mistake. I'm like, who's turned my gun on? I never switched it. I had. I've got my finger on the button. Oh. Just when I got it really nailed down there. Oh, literally, brilliant. No, stay tuned to the show. Who knows what magic and mayhem. I'm going to keep fingers away from the button. But this is the two pieces that we're super excited about tonight. And I know you guys have been loving it, because you did join us this morning with myself and Lily and showed you just a couple of techniques earlier on. We're going to try and cram in more tonight for you, and then show you kind of things that you can be doing with them as well. Absolutely, yeah. And I know we're going to go diving straight into it just shortly, Debbie. But there'll be some at home that will be going, yeah. This is where you're going to get the money, isn't it? This is where I'm going to have to buy 2 packs, 3 packs, 4 packs, 5 packs, 6 packs to be using them time and time again. Am I correct or am I wrong? You are wrong. Say what? You are wrong. You only need 1 box. One box. 1 box, 1 heat tool, and you're good to go. And that 1 box with those 4 pieces of magic foam in there mean that you don't have to buy multiples. You can do. We'll tell you why you can buy multiples as well. That might be your choice. But if you haven't, and pennies are a little bit tight, and we're all thinking about it this time of year, it could be tonight. Just getting that deal will still enable you to do all the things that I'm going to show you in a short while. Winner, isn't it? Really is. It's a winner. That's why it's been so busy already today and from last night as well. Rightio, for a couple of things, I wanted to let you know first and foremost, and that is we are in our 12 days of Craftmas event. So today we have got up to 50% off across on our website. So if you go across to our website, crafterscompanion.com.eu or .co.uk, you're going to then find a great big picture that says 12 days of Christmas, and there's a lovely purple bauble that says up to 50% off. You're going to click on that, and then once you click on that, it's going to open up a page full of items that are up to 50% off. Now, all of these end midnight your time.
So you've got still a good amount of time to stock up on some goodies there. We have had some sellouts already. However, what we did find out earlier on in Craft Along is our 2022 Advent Calendar is in that deal, and it has been incredibly busy, and I'll tell you why in a moment if you don't already know. But we've got folders, we've got stencils, we've got papers, we've got pads, we've got dies, we've got stamps, we've got so many items there, including some ribbons as well. Now, the reason it's also been really popular, some might think, well, you're already into day 6. Many of you will know by now, combined with a few videos, predominantly lives like tonight, every single day throughout December, right up until the 24th, I do a combination of videos and lives. We're currently doing lives. We're going to do one again tonight. So 9:15 here in the UK, 4:15 Eastern Time, 1:15 Pacific Time across on my Facebook or CC YouTube. You can go across, and for 1 hour we'll open door number 6, and then of course we will then create something with that. Now, okay, by the time you get your Advent calendar, you know, it will be well into December, maybe just after for some of you, but you can go back and you can watch all these lives and videos that I've been doing. You can watch them time and time and time again. On my Facebook, they are in a folder, and then, well, on the YouTube, you can go back and then just find them anyway. So even although you might not have them in time with December to be doing them live with me, you can go back time and time again, and that is why that has been one on top of the 2. I think it was about 2 that we've had that's sold out already. Top of that, the Advent calendar has been so busy. So keep that in mind, but there's loads and loads of deals across there for the 12 days of Craftmas. Ends midnight your time, up to 50% off. Nice little opportunity to stock up, and maybe a few things that you've seen that you've thought, takes my fancy. We have got, Caitlin is on the social for this evening, so any questions you want to ask Debbie or either of us when it comes to the heat tool and of course the stamping foam, give us a shout. But Eleanor is saying hi everyone, Carletta is saying hi everyone, Cheryl saying good morning my crafty friends, watching from a rainy Seward, Alaska. I bet it's cold there. We think it's cold here, bet it's cold there, Debbie.
Yeah,
very
definitely.
Christine is saying hello, Craig and Debbie and team. We've got Johnny and Charlotte just through in the gallery tonight. Tim is saying hi all, love the elf, Craig, very festive, and hi Debbie. Yeah, a few people saying not many people get away with an elf jumper.
You do.
I apparently get away with it.
You do, absolutely.
But
you rock
why?
that elf, you really do.
Is it that cheeky look, is that what it is?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Johnny went, yeah, cheeky elf. Cheeky elf. You know what? Hey, get away with it, which is fine. Could look like a clown. I don't look like an elf. That's the main thing. We've got Mary saying hello from Maine, everyone. I'm finally home from hospital. Excellent.
Aww.
Hope you're on the mend soon. I know there's been quite a lot of people, including here, that have been under the weather. Lots of things going about. But if you've been in hospital for other reasons than that, we are thinking of you. But I am glad that you're home, Mary. Zoe's saying evening all. Laurel is saying hello, Debbie and Craig from North Carolina. We have got Kathy saying got my order in already today. I think it's been in the gun. We've also got Wendy saying hi, Craig and Debbie. Cheryl is saying the Advent calendar has been amazing. Mary is saying totally love the foam, so much fun to play with. And Kendall is saying hello everyone. What is the measurements of A4 card folded in half in inches? Well, at some point throughout this show, Kendall, we will go back and we will do that for you. No problem at all. But as we have been saying, the absolute breathtaking item that's taken away by storm today has been our heat tool and the 4-piece stamping foam. Now, there is options on the website if you just want the gun and you just want the foam, or you want extra foam. That's entirely up to you. As Debbie said, and she'll explain, you can reuse the same foam time and time again. But if you do want your heat tool with your 2 settings and you want the foam as well, we've got them together across on our website, $29.98, or for you guys stateside, $36.90. If you are platinum, that comes down to $23.98 or $29.52. What I would say is, and I know you would do this anyway, please do make sure that you are ordering from your correct website, because the voltages are different, but we've got the right voltage for right country. So just keep that one in mind, but .com, .co.uk or .eu, go to the right one, you'll be good to go. It is there for everyone. Apparently, we've just dropped out of Facebook again. So, if we have done, you'll have not heard me say this, but the best place is always going to be two places really. Best one that a lot of people love to go to is on our YouTube, because nowadays with TV, most of them have the YouTube app, so you watch on your big screen on the TV. So if you are watching from YouTube, hello. The other place that many people do like to watch is our website, because not only can you watch, you can shop at the exact same time. Whatever you prefer, if you're out and about, you're on your laptop or your phone, and that website's good, we can shop about. Or if you're at home and on the big couch with the TV, then YouTube via YouTube is a really good place to go as well. So yeah, so that is your heat tool with the stamping foam. In just a couple of minutes, Debbie has explained what you can be doing with them. But let's have a play, Debbie. Let's have a look at that swatch that you've got and all the things that we can be doing.
Yeah, and there is this swatch that one of our lovely design team made for us is actually just a few things. This could be triple, quadruple the size when you think about what this magic foam is going to be able to do for you and transform for you in your terms of crafting, because you're going to turn absolutely anything into a stamp. Anything that you can make an impression with. And it only needs to be applied. So rather than me show you this swatch, I think I'm going to show you straight away what you can do. I'm going to go straight in and show you. So you're going to take your heat tool. You have got two settings. Have you noticed how sleek it is?
It's very
Have you noticed
sleek.
that it matches the family of the machines? I mean, you've got your purple writing on the side, that lovely sleek design, fits comfortably in the hand. You've got your little arm, leg, whatever you want to call it, or your stand, so it can stand to cool down as well onto your glass mat. But honestly, it's just amazing. Two settings, so you've got your slow setting, bigger setting. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our specialised foam, because this is a speciality foam, shall we call it that? Speciality, yep. So what you're going to do is you're going to heat it up. Now, your best premium optimum results will always be, make sure that foam is hot.
Okay.
You don't want it to be lukewarm. You don't want it just to have a coating and that's it, because you need to make sure that you apply a bit of heat over the top of it. It makes it mouldable when you apply that heat. So literally, I'm going to just keep doing that. And do you know how we normally tell you don't waft? We'll say, don't do that.
Don't do it.
On this occasion, I want you to. I want you to make sure you're covering the whole of that area. It's not an overly noisy
it's not, is it?
has it,
No.
a heat tool, because normally some of them can be really loud.
Yeah.
Struggle to hear you from one end of the studio to the other, but I can hear you quite clearly.
That's it. Usually you find with other ones, certainly on your side, Debbie, you tend to, or me, or whoever's that side, we go quiet and the presenter starts talking because he can't hear you over the tool. It's not the same for this.
Absolutely. Now I can tell that that's ready for me now, because it's had all that heat applied to it. I'm wafting it around, so I'm just going to turn that off for a second. I've got myself a metal die here, Craig, and I'm just going to press my metal die straight into the foam. Now, it has to be applied when it's warm. If you've left it for a couple of seconds and you come back to it, you need to reapply the heat.
Okay.
Excuse me, I knew that would happen. And I forgot to get some water, so...
We'll get you some.
If I ask really nicely, would somebody else fetch me some water?
We will do it, yeah. Well, what I'll do,
Thank you.
Debbie, I'll do it. I'll let you... Oh, no. Just in case you need me, I won't. We'll get one of the teams to
It's because I'm getting carried away.
Yeah.
I'm getting absolutely carried away. Now, I don't know if our Charlotte can come in really close. So I've taken one of our dies, large die, by the way, and created a pattern into there. Can you see? Yep, perfect.
Yeah,
so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some ink, and I'm going to use water reactive ink, and I'm going to go across the top, and now you'll see that pattern even more so. A second ago, it looked like this. Now we've got a pattern ready for me to transfer onto, and let's just grab a scrap of paper. Let's push this to one side, and we're going to take this, and then we're just going to stamp over the top of that cardstock. Thank you so much, Craig. You're very kind. Thank you. I know, it's face finding a spot, isn't it? So literally, I lift that off and I've created that beautiful... I've literally transformed my metal die into a stamp. And I've still got lots of ink on there, Craig, so I can come in with another piece. You can activate it with a spritz, and when I say a spritz, you would only put a little fine mist. You wouldn't drench it. It would be just a little fine mist over. But of course, I've got a little bit of extra ink on there, so I think I'm going to go back down, and I'm just going to literally, and again, what you can do is you can go over and give it a little rub just to get that extra contact if you want to. But I've got like a second generation on my stamp. Of course, I can go back in and apply ink to it if I want to create some more backgrounds. And maybe you've got a piece of 8x8 cardstock and you want to have that as a background ready to go over and stamp onto. Now, whilever it stays cool down, it'll keep and hold that position. So it won't change now, right now, it'll keep there. Okay. Now, I want to clean it and I want to show you what and why this is absolutely magical foam. So I'm going to clean it. I'm going to spritz it with a cleaner. You can use our stamp cleaning platform as well if you want to do. But I'm just going to get some tissue and I'm going to clean mine up. And we're going to show you lots of different things that you can also do with it. But you just wipe off that ink.
Look at that.
It takes a couple of seconds to get off there, but the pattern's still there. So I can go in with another coloured ink if I want to. So again, take another coloured ink, go in, and I've still got that pattern. Now I want to make sure that I've got all the ink out because I am going to put it back into its that previous state that it was in. So the pattern is still there, you can see it.
You can.
Whilever I haven't applied any heat, it will hold and retain that image, and that means if you do want to buy multiples, Craig, you can absolutely buy multiples of your foam. It might be a design that you actually, you know, you love it, and you don't want to get rid of it. But what you can do is if you don't quite like that pattern, maybe you want to try something else, you're only going for that one pack, you are going to just simply apply your heat tool over the top. And if our Charlotte can come in and see, watch what happens when you apply the heat back over the top.
Look at that.
It disappears right before your very eyes. It goes back to its original form in form of a foam block with nothing on it. So there is now no pattern. It's gone. Literally now ready to reuse again. And that is how magical this is. It's super smooth. Look, there's no pattern there anymore. You might get a little bit of stainage depending on your ink. You might have a little bit of stainage left on. However, none of that beautiful pattern that you just saw me do and create is now on there. It's ready for me to reuse for something else should I wish to do so. It's absolutely incredible. And I took that metal die, popped it into the heat activated foam, created that stamp, that's what you're doing, you're creating a stamp block, and then literally getting creative. Now, when I say getting creative, I'm going to keep those there for you, Charlotte, because this swatch, honestly, this is just incredible, and I could kiss whoever it is that did it. I'm not sure if it was Bianca, whether it was Nicole, whether it was Marie, it was one of the team. It'll be one of them that have created these. So you've got the Hessian fabric, actual Hessian fabric that has been turned into a stamp. I keep looking at that, Craig. I keep wanting to hold it and touch it because it looks like Hessian to me, but it's not. It's a stamp.
It is. And what we're about to see here, Debbie, every single thing you're away to show, it's been done in the exact same way what you've just done a minute ago.
You activate your heat onto the foam pad, and then you just apply. And I'm going to show you two different ways because that was me pushing into the foam. I'm going to show you in a second how you can push into objects as well. So this one's a metal chain, so you could actually just pop a metal chain onto a mat and then push into it. This, honestly, I just need you to see all of these because these are just incredible what they've done. Leaves, I love this. Now, I did get those leaves that our gorgeous Julia had got in for me, but they're old brown, dried up ones, and they've literally crisped.
Oh, they've crisped.
I'm going to put some pressure to them. So a nice, dry, soft leaf would probably be the better impression for you. But taking a real life, can you imagine what fun you're going to have with kids? Oh, God, they're not just kids, yourself as well. Paper clips, look at this. This looks like, do you know that photocopier kind of look? Where that's what it looks like. It's just incredible. Scrunched up tin foil. Literally scrunch a piece of tin foil in your hands and push into there, and you've got yourself this gorgeous pattern. I mean, that would make the most gorgeous background paper.
Wouldn't it just?
Absolutely. Look at the fine lace. Just for a second. I keep doing this because I think it's real lace.
It does look like it.
It looks, the detail, look at the detail in there. This is not photocopied. This is not a stamp we've created. It's a stamp created from some real lace that's being pushed into the heat mouldable foam and create. Absolutely amazing. Resin flowers we've got on here. What else have we got? Screws and nails. I mean, this is just such good fun. Look at this. You can see the real life objects, things that you might have lying around your house, things you might have lying around your craft room, wooden embellishments. Look at the stencil. I'm going to show you how you can work with a stencil. You might have a favourite stencil that you want to turn into a stamp. This is how you're going to do it. You're going to use this foam. You're going to apply that heat with your heat gun, which, can we just say, I'm so glad he's finally here. But yeah, absolutely incredible. Mini pegs, look at the mini pegs. This one's one of my favourite, Craig. Knitted top.
Knitted top.
I absolutely love that. It's like a knitted jumper that's been just literally, and it's super smooth. It's like, where's the, you're half expecting it to be, is it an embossed detail? It's not. It's literally being pushed into that pliable foam that is literally created with that heat. Look at the zips.
It looks like train track from really high up.
Honestly, that is just so clever. I fell in love with that one when I first saw it. Look at the buttons. Just chuck lots of different buttons around onto your table and then press into it when you've heat activated it. Oh, look, that's that background metal die again. So, see, great minds think alike, Craig. Great minds think alike. But what a great background piece it is. Look at sequins, scattered sequins onto your tabletop and then heat set and then push in, and you're going to create that lovely background. Look at the background stamp. That looks absolutely incredible. The cotton lace, again, really gorgeous design and detail is second to none. The round head pins, embossing folders. You can turn your favourite embossing folder into a stamp. Incredible. I just think this is just phenomenal. One that always gets me and makes me chuckle every time I see it, coins. I love the coins. The detail of the 10p coin, the 20p, the 50p, with the Queen's head on there. You can see all that detail because you're pushing them into your foam, whether you're pushing it in or whether you're pushing it onto. Literally, you're going to create this. Keys. I'm going to show you how the key works. It's so cool, the key.
Cool,
I absolutely love that one. We've got metal embellishments. I don't know about you, Craig. I was talking to Lily this morning. I have got a lot of these metal embellishment butterflies. To be able to create a background paper and then maybe just add one of those metal embellishments to it just is just phenomenal. Elastic bands. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Excuse me. Elastic bands that you can see. You can actually see where it is.
You can.
I honestly think it is just phenomenal. Bubble wrap. Look at the bubble wrap. That looks brilliant. The string technique. We talk about string techniques with lots of things in unique backgrounds. To be able to do it into turn it into a stamp is just, it's just mind blowing. Look at the pasta.
Look at that.
The pasta is just such good fun. I know your kids are going to have a lot of fun with things like this. Twigs on there, literally shells, so shells off the little seashore. And then finally, and I absolutely adore this one.
Love this one.
The scoring board. I'm going to do that later because I think that is so clever. You're taking a scoring board and you're turning it into a stamp. It just looks amazing. It really does. So like I said, this little swatch booklet is just a fraction of the things that you can be doing. And once you've got yours home, do you know what I can't wait for, Craig? I cannot wait for people to share with us what it is that they have turned into a stamp. And of course, I get asked the question, what do you do with it once you've turned it into a stamp? Well, you're going to use it in your crafting. And it can be absolutely anything. Look at this one that Sabira did. She's used, do you know intertwined hearts, the cut and emboss
the cut and emboss one,
Yeah, so what she's done is she's actually created a beautiful piece onto the, it just looks absolutely fabulous, and just used it to create that background. Look at with the bubble wrap. It looks sensational with the bubble wrap. It really looks utterly fabulous.
It really
this one
does.
of my favourites that Julia has done and created, is use that button technique and then just used it to cut out two little pieces.
Genius.
It just is absolutely fabulous. So you're going to take it into your crafting. So you're going to do the technique. You're going to decide what you're going to mould with. You're going to decide what's going to turn into a stamp. Then you're going to ink it all up. Then you're going to do all your backgrounds. And then you're going to use it in your crafting. So for me, absolutely phenomenal. And I will come back in a second and I'll show you a few of the things that we can do. But honestly, it's mind-blowing. And this is a foam, it's a magical foam block, is what I'm going to call it. You're getting 4 of them in there. They will retain their shape. And I'm going to bring back in that butterfly one. unless you apply the heat back to it to put it to its smooth surface, it will hold and retain its, and this is one that Sarah did with the butterflies. She used a butterfly dye to create this, and I don't know if you can see, it literally still has that butterfly design in. We've purposely kept it because we love, I mean, I love butterflies. And I thought, I'm not getting rid of that because I think it looks absolutely fabulous. But if you love something and you don't want to get rid of it and you're going to think you're going to use it time and time again, then keep it in that shape, keep it in that form.
Yeah.
It will not disappear. No. It's not going to flatten. It's going to stay as it is until you apply the heat. And once you apply the heat, that's when it turns back into its original form. I say original form, as in form.
Good one.
Yeah,
bit
of a pun there, eh? But honestly, it's just incredible. And I'm going to show you a few more little techniques in a second.
Please do, Debbie. You guys at home, you have gone absolutely crazy, like we did as well. We initially, not over the last day or two, but this was actually meant to launch, I think it was about last month. And then it got delayed, and then it got delayed again. And we were like, no, but just want to hear. And we're like, well, can we tell the viewers we'll be here by Christmas? And they were like, we couldn't actually guarantee that. So we couldn't even say until we knew when Sarah had it on HSN stateside the other week there, we're like, yes, we're definitely getting it in before Christmas. And that was one question a lot of people were saying, will you have it in for Christmas? We've got it now. There is a few other options. Once again, we'll have a look just shortly. If you do want to top up on additional foam blocks, you can do that. But we've got Sarah saying, hi, Debbie, Craig and Crafters TV team. Beth is saying, I definitely want this. Yeah, it's a want. It really, really is. You know, yeah, you'll need it to use it, but you definitely want it. You've got Peggy saying, block capitals. This foam can transform a lot of items. Just think of the items. Has me smiling. We've then got a couple of questions. We'll come back to them just shortly. But Evelyn saying hello from San Diego. Mary saying love the zippers. We've got Michelle saying great product. Thank you, CC. Carletta saying, I'm going to try using some of my favourite jewellery. Katie, now this is a really, really lovely idea, Katie Hartley is saying. Can't wait to make imprints of my horse's hair, who is no longer with me, to make a keepsake frame. Because certainly with horse's hair, you know, my mum had horses years ago, it is thicker. So you will absolutely get that indentation when it comes to the foam as well. These are just a few ideas that you're going to be doing, a few more coming through as well with a couple of questions. You've seen Debbie, all she's doing at the moment is heating up the foam. But tell you what we'll do as well, while Debbie's doing that, if you do want just the foam or you want some more foam, then here it is. It's a pack of 4, so it's the size blocks Debbie's using, 4 of them. You get 4 within the bundle with the heat tool, but this is just 4 on its own. $6.99, $8.95, platinum price $5.59 or $7.16. And one question Violet is saying, and really good question as well, you know, maybe you've got a heat tool, maybe you've got 2, you've got 3, you just want the foam. Can this work, Debbie, using any heat gun, or do you have to use Crafter's Companion heat tool?
Any heat gun will work, yeah. It's just that we've launched ours today here in the UK and the US, so yeah, it will work with any heat gun. Now, I've literally warmed that all up. I know that I've wafted it all the way across, so I know it's all ready. I've actually got my buttons that have been spinning around while my heat gun's there, and I've popped them onto my craft table. Now, you have to do it when it's warm and while it's in the pliable state. If you've let it cool down, it will not work. So you need to make sure that you've got that heat setting right and you've left it on. Now I'm giving that a really good push into there because I've literally taken those buttons and it's now created that button pattern over the top, even down to the detail of the holes. I'm just going to run some ink again just across there. But again, I mean, I do use our water reactive ones, and you can spritz it if you want to, but again I'm just going to place it over the top just to show you that I've then taken those few buttons, and these are all the same. Can you imagine having lots of different styles of buttons? And I'm pushing that down into that cardstock. I say pushing, I'm just applying a bit of pressure. Yeah. You don't have to, because that's a thick sponge. You don't have to go too mad, but look at the lovely effect. That. It looks absolutely incredible. And then again, this could be background pieces. You could snip out those little pieces if you wanted to, but you've got now, again, if I want to keep it as it is, I will keep it as it is, and then just literally take my spritzer, I'm going to take off that ink because I want to, again, just show you. It's a matter of seconds to get it back to its original state. But of course, if you like that, if you like it, keep it. There's nothing to stop you from. If you've got the options of being able to get some extra foam, then get some extra foam, because there may be some patterns that you really like that you've created and you think, I can't recreate that. So, yeah, get your extra foam.
Exactly,
so
that's
again,
it.
all I'm going to do, Craig, is I'm just going to warm that back up, and we're going to watch that magic again just before your eyes.
Do you know something? This excites me, Debbie, probably just as much as what you can actually do and then print into it.
Yeah, it just, look, it's taking the buttons away one by one. It's amazing, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. Honestly, it's fascinating.
It is
I just look at it and think, how on earth does this work?
Exactly. It's how, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does it work?
Absolutely incredible. And like I said, this is just some random buttons that Grace found for me earlier. She found these buttons. I said to her, go and find me some more objects. I set her a challenge and she went round. She found me paper clips.
Yeah.
She found me buttons. She found me, I think it was some scrunched up paper, embossing folders. You could absolutely take anything, but look, there you go. All gone.
Look at that as well.
All gone again. And let's not forget, this is a heat gun.
Yeah.
We use this for heat setting, for heat embossing, for drying inky backgrounds. As we did earlier on in the craft along, we dried our inky backgrounds in between. So it's a great tool to have in your stash. And then you've got this magic foam that now is ready to be used yet again with something else.
Yeah, that is just absolutely fantastic. And I suppose as well, Debbie, and I'm just thinking this now off the top of my head. So say your buttons, really, it could be a variety of different depth of buttons. Because the foam is warm and it's pliable, then it doesn't matter. You can have thick buttons, thin buttons, mediocre buttons, some with circles. Do it all at the same time. Absolutely perfect. Let's go back because there's so many questions, comments really, about the foam. We've got Mary saying, I think I did read this one, saying, loved all those swatch samples, such a great idea. We've then got, scoreboard top with the measurements, so you get multi-tape measures to have to hand. Okay, see what you say. Actually, yeah, so you've got measurements to hands if you want to by putting them in impression, absolutely. Peggy Sue is saying, I am thinking of my husband's fishing tackle, which would be good for fishing pages. That's a good idea. There's, the flies or the hooks and the rings and all of those. You can be doing that one. We've got Dieta is saying, hello everyone, finishing up Christmas cards for my hubby's crew and clients. We've got Mary Reno has actually said, Peggy said it's a really good idea. My oldest son is an avid fisherman. Don't worry, Jake, you're fine, get whatever you need, don't worry. We've got, Jake's just getting some bits and pieces there. We've got, would be great for your cards. Actually, yeah, let us know if your husband or your wife or your partner is a fisherman, fisherwoman. Would you be using that to imprint in some of their fishing tackle? Let us know. Brenda's saying this will make perfect cards for men. It will. It really, really will. If you can't find a background, a pattern paper that's going to suit, find something that you know your husband, your uncle, your son, your nephew is going to like. Do the imprint, that's it done. We've got, so Peggy Sue, can you cut the foam into smaller pieces? You could, but on it, crafter to crafter, I wouldn't see the point in doing that. I would keep it because if you've got it bigger, you can do bigger spaces. And then if you want a smaller square or pattern of said pattern, all you're going to do is chop down that card or paper afterwards. So it's entirely up to you. You know, there probably is a way in which you could chop it down. Be careful though. I definitely don't see the need to do that, but hopefully that helps. Betsy is saying, how many times can you reheat it to make new designs over and over and over and over and over again? You can keep reheating till it's smooth and then you can apply it into another surface. There is no set amount of times. Rightio, the website has gone crazy. A lot of you straight away going for the heat tool and the mountable. Foam, however, you're taking advantage of that 12 days of Craftmas. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you the opportunity to check out. You're not missing anything anything else. Debbie's not done or doing anything just yet. She's going to come back with myself once we have, well, we've got to know my good mate a little bit more. Here's Ben to tell us more about himself.
Hello, I'm Ben and I'm one of the presenters on Crafters TV. So my presenting journey started when I was about 18. I started working at a holiday park here in the UK. Our US viewers might not know it, but there's like a holiday park called Butlins. So what's involved with being a presenter? Well, my day-to-day kind of is ensuring I know everything that's on the show. Ensuring that the guys that I'm working with obviously are happy with everything that's on the show. And I kind of feel like what I do, I'm sort of like the glue in the show, if you like. There's a bit of a crafty reference for you. So kind of listening to the guys in the gallery, the producer, the director, I'm sort of always listening to what they want me to do whilst the crafters are crafting. So I feel like I'm there as the glue, keeping sort of everything, as it should be. But I also think my job is to have a lot of fun, which I think I do on most days. Get the viewers interacting, because we always love to hear from our viewers, and I think that's one thing that we do here that you don't get anywhere else, is that interaction, having people like, commenting, asking a question, and then straight away we're able to react, we're able to answer that question, we're able to, read out that comment, we're able to join them in singing their rendition of Foam on a Roll. Yes. I help to run the show, I help to inspire, to educate, to entertain, and just sort of generally be a good all-round bloke. So who inspires me? My dad is a big inspiration for me. He's one of my best friends, and I probably speak to him twice a week, but he's always sort of instilled a sort of a good work ethic in me. His big catchphrase is work hard and play hard, and that's something that I live by, is to put all your effort in when you're at work, and make sure you're doing a good job, but then when you're outside of work, make sure you have time to kind of have fun, spend with your friends, spend with your family. So I always remember that. Apart from Crafters TV, what else am I passionate about? Well, obviously I'm passionate about my family. I love to spend time with my family, with my wife, my 2 children, and my 3 pets now, because we've just got another dog recently, a puppy, which is killing me. I've got no sleep. Also passionate about sport. I think a lot of our viewers know I'm a big rugby fan. Running I like to do, but again, the old knees are beginning to hurt just a bit. I'm getting old. Oh, so many amazing experiences connecting with our viewers. Always get sent cards, which is lovely on sort of special occasions, and birthday cards every year. I always get cards sent through, which is so nice to come in and have some cards, and you can send presents as well if you like. I've never had a present yet, so if anyone wants to send presents, you can. Do you know what? I haven't had many presenter fails, particularly here. Actually, here, presenter fails, knocking over pack shots. I'm very bad at doing that. If you stack a pack shot too high, chances are I'm going to get exuberant with my arms and knock it over. My biggest moment of pride or biggest achievement, I've got a few. These are big for me. You'll probably laugh. I ran the London Marathon. I was a Guinness World Record holder. I've got the certificate for that up on the wall alongside my marathon photo and alongside my Foam on a Roll caricature. My Guinness World Record was for naming the most amount of Beatles songs from their opening lyrics in 1 minute. I've had things named after me over the years. I had an alpaca named after me. If you are ever in Aylesbury, do make sure that you go and drive around the roundabout, which is near the Waterside Theatre there, because you'll find that that particular roundabout is named after me. Oh yes, I have a roundabout named after me, big time.
When it started about 20 years ago, probably a bit longer because I've always been quite crafty, but I got into scrapbooking. When my youngest daughter was born, I decided to do scrapbooking. I got all this amazing crafty stuff that I put into all these pages. Really, I started getting into card making probably about 15 years ago, and then that was it. I have so many people that inspire me, and I have to say, and I'm not just saying it because I'm a Crafter's Companion, but Sarah Davies was one of the first people that I got to meet in the craft industry. My mum got me into crafting, so that's my main inspiration. So you can imagine how excited I get when I get to meet Sarah Davies. I mean, when I then got on the design team, when I got to work with Sarah closely, everything from then on was amazing. But my mum is definitely, or was, the most inspirational person in my life through my crafting. Gossip, I can't give you any gossip. I mean, that's between us. Do you know what? We were just literally in the green room. Everyone, it's just been done out and John's been in there, and it's become this place where everyone just comes in and it's just this gossip fest. And it's amazing because we're all such good friends, genuinely, and I know you all know that. But we have the most amazing time between us all. Me and Craig bounce off each other because we're very similar in our crafty ways. But also me and Debbie, we're full of giggles, and me and Jan and Corinne and Michelle, everybody that I work with is amazing. On the set and off the set, it's just incredible to work at Crafts Companion. Non-craft facts. Well, I have to say I'm a bit of a singer and a dancer. I'm not good at either. When I was little, I did win a disco dancing competition for the school, and I come second to a Michael Jackson tribute, which I was quite gutted about because I thought I might have won that. So I used to do a bit of disco dancing, and I love dancing. I used to be part of an adult dance group, and it's something I'd like to take lessons.
Do you know what? I've started the week with myself and Debby Robinson, and at the weekend, all weekend, you've got me and Debbie Fisher. So it's going to be a lovely Saturday all day. You're going to have me on this side and Debbie on that side. And then on the Sunday, you're going to have Debbie on this side and me on that side. So that's going to be lovely. And Johnny and Charlotte are in. Oh, no, you know, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really good. Lots of things. We've got starter skills. We've got lots of things, including Second Chance Sunday. Do you know what? Go across on the website, see what's coming up. But that is the weekend. This is all about launch party. We have been having a look at our brand new heat tool and, of course, our heat and mouldable foam. But what we are going to be doing right now is we managed to keep bringing this collection back. However, we're bringing it back a little bit smaller at a time because you guys are selling everything out, but you're in that demand of still having a collection of sorts. So we have got Wisteria collection, 17-piece. $93.47 or $120.96. It only launched there maybe just over 2 weeks ago, if that. And you've got a really good saving. But platinum comes down to $74.78 or $96.77. This, for many, I think, is their absolutely brand new favourite collection when it comes to Nature Garden. We've got some items you've not seen before, including our flower power. So this says, think of it of more of a fabric form of a thicker glitter. We've got our green, we've got our white, and we've got our lilac tones. Just to say, it's not a glitter, it is more of a fabric. It's just giving you the idea of the consistency. This is how it could look if you start to use your tacky glue onto any of your die cuts. Maybe you freehand or free draw with your tacky glue, small applicator, then you can add all of that texture, that nice soft smooth texture to your cards and your projects. So you have got your flower power, and then what we've got is these ranges of sentiments. I always love these, where you get a word in die form, and then you've got your sentiment stamps to finish it off. So the die says beautiful, and you've got your stamp, so you can have a beautiful and then day. But then do you know what? You can then take your mouldable heat foam, stamp it into the die instead, you've got a stamp. So winner both ways. Then we've got our friend as well. So you've got friends, that same concept. You can make your little sentence or your little verse with that friend. We've then got our today and always stamp set. Really lovely sentiments. You've got some that are have a lot of worded detail when it comes to the stamp. For instance, you have got wishing you much happiness today and always. Not good reading upside down, back to front, left to right while you're peering over the card. You've then got with love as well. That's just a few of the stamps that you've got. Then this is a flower forming collection. Of course, you can be using the dies with your card and paper, but you've got your wonderful wisteria die here. You can see how you can start to create your wisteria with your foam. What I will tell you is we do have foam in this bundle. We'll get to that just shortly. Whimsical wisteria. This is a lovely one where you can have these die cuts just cascading down the corner of your card or your project or your sentiment, or of course stamp it out. We've then got our stamp and die. So with the wisteria, stamp it, die cut it, stamp it, whichever way you find easiest, but that one is included here. We've got trailing wisteria with this edgeable, this border die. It could then be a stopper for your easel cards. It could be the top fold, but a really lovely edgeable. Then what we've also got is this beautiful frame. So this one here is giving you kind of like your oval, intricate frames here. So you've got your 4 dies in total, and you can actually create frames by, say for instance, use the 2 largest ones together, creating an aperture would look lovely. We've also got our timeless birdcage die. This is one I know many will be using throughout different collections. Maybe Secret Garden, for instance, would work well. Another one that will work well with so many collections, including your Christmas collections. You know, you could have your flower or your flower power all the way throughout the window panels. It could be your faux snow if you want to. You can be using that. We've got our seam binding ribbon here. We have got our 6x6 paper pad, 180 GSM, double-sided. Now, we do say 17 piece, and it is jam-packed full, not just with odd one items, but what we've got is full 6x6 paper pad that we can see here, as well as die sets with a multitude of dies included. We've got our 8x8 vellums, 24 of them, 150 GSM, that's included. We've got our full pack of our flower forming, 9" by 12", and you've got 4 of each colour, so that's giving you 12 in total. Not finished there. We've then got our wisteria. This is our 3D embossing folder, rustic window, so you've got that one included as well. And then last but by no means least, we have got our wisteria whisper, emboss folder and stencil. So emboss your design, use the stencils to layer up the colour of your choice, use the folder on your own, start to then use the stencils on their own as well if you want to, but the key thing is you can absolutely use them hand in hand, and you can use your heat and mould foam on just the folder, or what about pressing it, Debbie, into the stencil as well?
Absolutely,
you could be doing that, couldn't you?
Yep.
So you've got all of that 17-piece wisteria collection, $93.47 or $120.96. But if you are platinum for UK, it's going to come down to $74.78 or $96.77. crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.eu, that's where you need to go. Check out the 12 days of Christmas. But what we're going to do with this absolutely beautiful collection, Debbie.
Oh, what? Sorry.
That's okay, that's okay.
I thought you said something completely different.
No,
I realised you meant me.
I just said what we're going to be doing with it. It's a beautiful collection.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be daft, no problem.
Absolutely, miles away. I do apologise there. I'm trying to find the end of me sticky tape, and it's just driving me mad. Let's see if I can grab another one and just pop that onto there. I'm going to use the frames. I'm going to use the beautiful flower foaming foam as well, because it's just, I absolutely adore it. And maybe you missed out this morning. So I'm just going to put those 2 frames on there. And I said 2, there's actually 4 in total on that set. And I think this in itself is a lovely backdrop for where you can put your wisteria onto. So again, I'm just going to run that through my die cutting machine. And we'll pop both the, I think we might be able to get, I think we can get away with both of those at the same time. And run that through, like so.
So even every time we bring out another, like, smaller collection with the wisteria, you're still getting all these key elements. You've got the ability to do your cards with your backgrounds, but with your foam, with your die, with your stamps, still lots of things you can do with them. Yeah,
so a ton of things that you can do, and take it outside of collections as well. So definitely. This is a really good example of one, but it is a beautiful frame, it really is, and it cuts out those solid pieces, and again, they just fit into there so lovely. they really are. They're quite impressive, aren't they, when you look at that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay that down flat. You can, of course, lift it with a bit of foam or chunky glue to lift it and give it a little raised element. But I just want to create a little backdrop from where I'm going to put my wisteria, because I'm going to do something similar to what I did this morning, where I'm going to bring a bit of wisteria coming down into my frame.
Right.
And that's going to be the focal part of the card there. So again, that's that. Now, I've already pre-cut because I didn't want to spend all my time cutting out loads and loads of flowers. However, I've pre-cut some out already. I've already done some pre-shapes as well. But these are all of your lovely wisteria, the wonderful wisteria that you're going to be able to make and create with the special, graded to create that lovely effect of the large petal down to those really small ones. So it's a really nice little set, and you're just going to run that through with your colours of foam, which the colours are just absolutely beautiful. Again,
it really is. Look at that.
Yeah, the beautiful. And they're so in keeping with that wisteria flower. So again, really beautiful. Everything colour matches as well. It looks incredible. So I'm going to bring in my hot iron. I'll say my hot iron. It's my... And somebody did have a good point earlier, Craig, because they said, oh, you could use your new heat tool. Well, yeah, you could.
Yeah, well, funny enough, you saying that, actually. We've got Libby. Libby's story is saying, hiya, I'm new to crafting and bought the wisteria collection. Would it be possible to show how the new heat gun works with the flower forming foam, please? I was thinking about buying an iron to do this.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can use your ordinary iron because you want it on a nice hot setting.
That's the thing, yeah.
And you can see that that's curled those up really lovely. If you're going to apply a heat tool, I'm going to try and be careful with this so I'm not crossing my wires and getting it absolutely everywhere. But you can apply. Now, me personally, I'm a bit clumsy.
Okay.
And yes, you can apply your heat, but you've got to hold it. So this is when your tweezers and things like that will come into. Now, I'm just going to try and keep it without wafting absolutely everywhere. But you can see it activating to the heat already.
Yeah.
So you are making it a little bit more pliable. Oop, I knew that had happened.
Fly away.
I coughed and they blew everywhere.
Wisteria's on the loose.
But let me just bring those back in. That's the difference that you'll get with it. But can you see it's shaped it?
Yeah,
it's ready.
has.
So I can actually now take my ball tool and give it a nice little shape as well. So you can use your heat guns if you want to, but because I don't want any more blowing everywhere, Craig. But yes, absolutely. And you can do it as well with the heat from your hands. You can mould it.
Yes, you can.
You're not going to get the same kind of effect that you would with an iron. There's no way around it. I suppose you could if you blew onto it quite a bit and kept it on there for a bit. But you can see, especially with those two, it's curled that really lovely. But yeah, so who was it that asked that question?
So yeah, that was Libby. Just new to
Libby,
crafting.
yeah, you can do, Libby, if a iron isn't for you and it's not something that you don't feel comfortable in using, then absolutely you can use your heat tools as well. And now I've lost my ball tool, there we go. So let me just give that a little knock onto there and then knock down. And we're going to do that and repeat that a few times.
I think what I would say as well, seeing exactly what Debbie's doing, of course, you have to do what you feel comfortable and what you find best. I would recommend, if you can find an inexpensive, small home iron or craft iron or travel iron, I would recommend, seeing about getting it and trying both ways. Yeah. I think many people, including myself, find it easier to use an iron than the heat tool, a little bit more control. However, as it is, Libby, if you're new to crafting and of course, the excitement of getting loads of things, maybe you can't reach at the moment penny-wise for an iron, heat tool, absolutely. You might find it a little bit easier with a craft iron or home iron.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some good tips there, Craig. Really good tips, yeah. But yeah, you'll find what works for you, won't you, end of the day.
That's the thing.
You do get some static as well from the foam, because I know people have said to me, oh, it jumps, it sticks to me. It's naturally going to create a little bit of static. I can't even say that word. Static, shall we say, a bit of static to it. So you can get that from your foam as well. But there's nothing, it doesn't hurt. It's not going to hurt anybody. So again, I'm just going to literally shape a few of those.
And with these ones as well, we can see you doing, Debbie. I know some people get worried or they get scared with flower forming because we've done incredible shows and demonstrations and techniques, but some of them, like the wisteria, all you need to do is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Heat it,
Yep.
press your ball tool in. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no, it's quite straightforward, really. And then what we're going to do, Craig, is I'm going to start with those largest of the flowers. That's why I've done it in my colour coded as well. But I'm taking my hot glue gun, and I'm just going to literally attach just to the very top. Let's pop a bit of glue down on there, and I'm just going to repeat literally. Because I know that Sarah did it. We talked about this morning when I was showing you how you can do this. Sarah did some where you actually got those lovely thick, full pieces.
Oh, yeah,
I've got one up
that.
here and I'll show you in a second because there's lots of different ways you can create these. I like this method, quite like this method. It enables me to have, I don't have to worry too much because I can literally just scrunch them and pop them inside each other. And it starts to bring down that lovely wisteria flower. So I'm just going to continue to do that, Craig, just for a second.
Got loads of comments coming through, so I can start to read them out. Debbie, if you want to show anything or explain anything, just say, Craig wished it. I've got something to say.
No problem.
And I will be quiet. Libby is saying thank you so much for that help, advice we gave. You're very, very welcome.
You are indeed.
We've got Stephen is saying 23 more stops till I get my yodel delivery. I just read that right the first time right now. Earlier on, when we were on the break, I read it as 20 more sleeps till I get my yodel delivery. I'm thinking, gosh, it's been yodel for quite a wee while, is it not? It stops. Isn't it? Well, I don't really know if it's good with technology and phones and tracking now. Used to your parcel appeared when it appeared on set days, whereas now you can literally watch it getting close. They're like, so-and-so is at so-and-so's house, round the corner, and it's like, exactly as John, why not my street first? Makes sense coming to mine first, come to me first. But yeah, you can track them all, it's good. We've then got Lillian saying, weather forecast just showed -3 for tomorrow night.
Oh. What, is that over here?
Sorry?
Is that over here? Where's Lily from?
I don't actually know if Lillian... I wouldn't be surprised if it's coming our way.
Oh.
Yeah, could be. Samantha's saying, Debbie, someone asked earlier on if you could use the foam to make a mirror image of a die, or if you can use the alphabet dies to spell out a name.
Say that again.
So, someone asked earlier on if you could use the foam to make a mirror image of a die, or if you could use the alphabet dies to spell out a name.
You can push them.
So
Yeah, you can
push them
definitely
in.
use the alphabet dies.
Yeah.
Mirror image, though, I'm not.
No, because...
Yeah, because I don't. How would you do the mirror image?
Yeah, because the
Craig?
thing
I'm
is,
trying to
what
think
you
there.
would need to do is, don't be scared with this one. You might think, Craig, won't it damage it? You're pushing the foam into that die-cut edge.
Yep.
It is magic foam. I don't know how they do it. It's not going to damage it. You've seen Debbie earlier on at the start of this show pushing it into the foam. The die doesn't do it damage. You just need to make sure that your alphabets are lined up correctly, the right way, so it's all facing the right way. Press in. Mirror image of a die. So if you're die cutting, so...
Yeah, because if you talk about mirror image, you're not going to get that with
No.
Yeah, I'm going to have to think about that one because I'm not sure with that one. Yeah, I'm really not sure about that one. I just know it's a fantastic foam that you can turn anything into a stamp. When it comes to mirror images and things like that, I'll be totally honest, I've only had mine for, I'm going to say, it came just before I went, when technically I was supposed to be on holiday, but I ended up being poorly. So it just came just before. So I've only played with it last few days, and that's not something I've thought about in terms of what it could do. So maybe if somebody knows that question, maybe be able to stand in and help us. Because right now, unfortunately, I can't give you a solid answer because I'm not sure. I've not tried that.
No problem whatsoever. And that's the thing is, we use it more. We'll be seeing all the different ways that you can use it as well.
Wait till Jan gets her hands on it.
Exactly, I know.
We were saying this earlier, weren't we? When Jan gets her hands on it, there's going to be all sorts.
There's going to be loads.
But yeah, because there's right up Jan's street, especially when you love your mixed media and your stamping. Yeah. Yeah.
Lorna's saying, love using the foam on baskets to get that weaved pattern. Yeah, good idea. Peg, now we actually had a look at this. We'll have a look at the swatch book later on, which has put, I wonder what effect rubber bands would have on the foam. That was actually in that swatch book that Debbie showed earlier, so we'll have a look at it again later on. Tim is saying the foam looks amazing, the possibilities are endless. They absolutely are. Kirsty D is saying, watching the show while shopping for something to wear for a staff night out. We're going to a murder mystery night. Who
that
killed
sounds amazing.
Santa?
Who killed Santa?
Who killed Santa?
My God, don't be telling kids that.
No.
The last thing they need to hear is who killed Santa. That's amazing. It sounds really good fun, though, doesn't it? It sounds like really good fun.
We've had Santa being pushed off a roof on the Santa Claus, and now we've got who killed Santa. Yeah, interesting. We've also got Dieta saying, now I've thought this as well, Dieta. Crafter's Companion should bring out a mini craft iron in purple.
Oh,
good idea.
Yeah, we need to pitch that one to Leanne, don't we?
Yeah,
absolutely.
We do.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I think so as well. Jane Adamson saying they would work backwards. So I think this is obviously going back to the mirror image of the foam. So yeah, leave that with us and we can have a play as well throughout the week. We've got Sandra Dundas. I'm going to throw this to Debbie. I don't think it's going to be hot enough, but we'll see what she says if she's got any ideas.
Okay.
Sandra's saying, Craig, would a heated microwave heat bag be warm enough to... Actually, do you know what, Craig? Read the full comment before you say anything.
Right, yeah, we're going to say, because I got slightly lost there straight away.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say about the foam. You're not actually. You're on about the flour forming foam.
Forming foam.
Would a heated microwave wheat bag be warm enough?
The take it make, the take it
Taking
make.
the mickey. They're saying they said they're not taking the mick. They love it. They love my accent. Would a heated microwave wheat bag be warm enough to activate the flour foam for nervous crafters?
If it's heated, you'll get some form of movement, yes. Whether you get the same kind of cupping, but to be fair, you can. I mean, I've not really. If you look at these now, you can see how I've just pushed them all into each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily need a lot of shaping. So yeah, I would say probably yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, give it a shot. Give it a try. And tell you what, let us know. Let us know. Now, I've just put a little purple one just round the back of there because I'm going to add that now to the front part of a card. I'm just going to get rid of all me, I call them the glue bogies, you know, the string bits, just getting rid of all those little stringy bits. But you can have a lot of fun with them. You get a completely different look when you distress as well. So this has been a distress one that I did. So with my distress tool, rubbing over that little finger toboggan and created a different look. And I put quite a few inside there, but I'm quite happy with that one. So I'm going to use that one. So I'm going to bring in my card blank. And I say card blank, I've gone for a slimline easel card with this one.
Okay.
And it is literally from an A3 piece of cardstock that measures in at 14 inches. And I've scored it at 3.5 and 7 to create the easel part. I've actually done it at 4.5 inches as well, and then made myself for the front part of the easel 4.5 by 7, so it sits onto the top.
Okay.
I'm going to put the Century Pearl on the inside. I do apologise with this cough.
Yeah.
It's driving me mad. It is. It must be driving you guys mad, so I do apologise.
No, don't be daft, there's no problem.
Bless you.
Just to say as well, I'm not sure if there's maybe been a little bit of confusion over the last few weeks or months or that. Sophie is saying, wait, can we use a new heat tool with flour forming foam? I know Sarah said in the past you can't use heat tool, it needs to be an iron. No, you can use a heat tool. You can use a heat tool for flour forming. So I'm not sure if there's maybe been a little bit of confusion. Both the way me and Debbie explained it a moment ago, try to see what's best for you. But yeah, you can use a heat tool, Debbie.
Yeah, you'll just not get the same kind of... You'll get a result, but you won't get the same results as you will with an iron. I know where a lot of people have, like what producer John has just said, like using air dryers and things like that. No, definitely not. But a heat tool will create you some movement.
They will do.
Absolutely.
Hopefully that helps, Sophie.
So I've just created some matten layers that are going to sit on the inside and on the front panel. So that's now created the easel part. And again, even though we haven't got the 12 by 12 now, we've still got that, is it the vellum, Craig, I believe?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, we've still got the vellum. So you've still got that there to be able to use as well. So that's going to sit now onto the front. I did want my foam though, so what have I done with that foam? I had it earlier.
Johnny just said a moment ago, which is a really good point to make out, he's saying that the bundle that you've got, the 17 piece, really the only thing that you're not getting from originally is the 12 by 12 pad and the decoupage pad. You're still getting everything else. So if you are just jumping in, you're thinking, oh, I really wanted the big collection, you're only minus a couple of items. You've still got the 6 by 6, you've got the 8 by 8 vellum as well, and then you've got all these additional dies and that as well. So yeah, still a good collection.
Oh, it is a beautiful collection. It
Beautiful.
really, really is. It's a beautiful, beautiful collection. And one that'll last you for a very, very, very long time.
Well, won't it, yeah?
Yeah, and create those lovely romantic... That wistaria's got that lovely romance about it. Looks just... I mean, I absolutely adore it. So I'm just going to stick that into the centre with my foam. And then I'm going to add... Now, what did I do with my sentiments? Do you know?
I love that wisteria in the middle.
I love sentiments, but... Oh, there it is. I thought I'd lost it. Using one of the sentiment stamps and then the smaller of the do you know, the frames that I've been using.
Yeah.
I've put Always in Our Thoughts.
Oh,
and I'm just going to attach those two together. Again, I'm going to put that little bit of a drop shadow behind the back of it. And that's just to offset that a little bit. A little bit of foam onto the back. And that's going to act as my stopper.
Real centrepiece, having that build in that wisteria with the flower foam in the middle.
Yeah.
Creates that focal.
And so again, let me just peel off. Do you know, I've put my poke tool. Oh, you put it back in your bag. Thinking, what have I done with my poke tool? It's
Hiding.
here. I've got it, Craig. I've got it. I was just going to ask, have you got any ribbon over there, Craig? I've lost my ribbon. Did you have the ribbon for the collection, or has it been put away?
Do you know something? I may have a craft box underneath that will have some ribbon.
Really?
Yeah.
Could I? Will it match me wisteria?
I don't know. Let's have a look.
Tell you what. Don't worry. Don't worry, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let me just take that off for a second.
I'm doing my craft case through in our green room. I've got abundance in that, but let's have a look. I've got...
Don't worry, I've got one, Craig. I've got one.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, no problem. Let me just, but I just wanted
Mine
to get
did have some, if you needed.
Well, we do have some ribbon left in this collection, so I'm just going to put, I just don't want to lose my ribbon over the top, like so. And then I'm just going to literally turn that around, and there you go. You've got yourself your beautiful wisteria onto an easel card. And again, very minimal effort, really, to be fair, but looks absolutely stunning.
It really, really does. So dimensional with that easel, but of course that flower forming wisteria that's on the top. And as we said there, with that style that Debbie's just done there, you could absolutely do that with the heat tool if you so wish. Okay, it is the 17-piece wisteria collection, $93.47 or $120.96. Platinum comes down to $74.78 or $96.77. Really quite busy actually for this collection. I thought a lot of people might already have it, but a lot of you are going for that 17-piece. You're also going for that 12 days of Christmas across on our website, so do check that out, up to 50% off. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you an opportunity to check out those baskets, and we're going to have a look at, funny enough, Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
My name's Michelle and I am the newest craft expert. My crafting journey began just after I had my daughter Alice, so she's 14 now. Long story short, I suffered with postnatal depression. My husband sort of noticed, took me to the doctors, and of all things, the doctor suggested colouring. Said it's so mindful, really helps. So anyway, my husband had noticed that I discovered the craft channels. Went out one day, came home with an amazing little craft kit for me, and that is where my addiction began. But one of my main inspirations is actually going onto our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and seeing what everyone else is making with the same stuff that we're making. As cheesy as it's going to sound, Debby Robinson, Debbie Fisher, those are two of the main people that I watched a lot of. They are all so inspirational. Okay, so I absolutely love everyone that I work with. I don't have a lot of juicy gossip that I can share, but I will say Debby Robinson is exactly what you see on screen. She is a laugh a minute. She is exactly what you see. So, you know, you think, oh, did they put it on for the camera? They don't. Debby Robinson is definitely Debby Robinson. And I love her, and she really does say all the time, "Ee, what am I like?" So other than crafting, I just love being at home with my family. I know that sounds cheesy, but my husband is the most amazing support for me. My kids are fantastically weird, odd, crazy, but perfect. But at the minute, I'm very focused on my health, so I'm exercising a lot. So I would say, other than craft, which takes up 23.5 hours a day, that my health and lifestyle, I think you would say. So I've had a few cards published in a couple of magazines as designer for the day. So that was sort of a really big deal for me. I loved it. And then I got accepted onto the Crafters Companion design team. Oh my God, the whole world could hear me scream with excitement. And then I got the call to come up and try out for this job. It is by far the most amazing, exciting thing I have ever done. And it's been life-changing.
And she absolutely is, exactly is what she's like when it comes to Crafters TV. That is Debby Robinson. But then saying that, so is Michelle. Actually, Michelle's a little bit naughtier when we're not live. Yeah, she's got a good sense of humour. Yeah, absolutely she does. She see what she's like. She sees some of the things she comes out. She sees some of the things Ben comes out with her husband. Oh, unreal. The stories we could tell that she drops to us. If you are watching Michelle and Ben, hi. Rightio, let's have a look. We have got a couple of deals to be showing you. We've got Out of This World that we're going to be having a look at on the screen here. Now, we done a craft along earlier on with our Marco Floral embossing folders. No, it's not. It's your embossing and stencil. Thanks, Charlotte, for that one there. We've got embossing and stencil collection with embossing folders, stencils and more. £35 or $47.50. Platinum price comes down to £28 or $38. You've got loads in there, lots that you can use with your mouldable heat foam. Then we're going to have a look at some flower forming. This is the flower forming kit with flower forming dies. We've got our 14 dies with stamens, and you've got so much more. 25, wow, ink pads in there as well. What reactive ink? That looks like pine tree and fuchsia. £25 or $34. Platinum price for all of that comes down to £20 or $27.20. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. I got it right. Yeah, good. Yeah, I know my ink pads. Just Please don't give me that on a Play Your Crafts, right? Because I'll probably be proved wrong. So yeah, just in case you wondered there a minute ago, I know many of you know this when it comes to our screen. We have a live and we have what's coming up, a preview. So we did have that one on there, hence why I read out the details first and foremost, but it wasn't that what we're going to. That's why I read it out. We had a launch on Tuesday, myself and Debbie Fisher. Yes, we done a preview last weekend and officially launched on Friday on the 2nd, and it's been so busy. So this is what your launch parties are all about. It's been having a look at launches just not that long ago, this one being last Friday. This is the pop-up vase collection, 20 elements. Now, you're going to be getting 2 die sets that create abundance of things that you'll see in a moment. $27.98 or $31.90. If you are platinum, that comes down to £22.38 or $25.52. And you're getting 100 extra bonus points on these ones as well. I believe it's about 30% of the stock has gone. Craig, you give wrong information. That was this morning. That was my fault. Johnny did say to me 50% as the stock has gone. I'm remembering that from watching this morning when I heard you guys getting told that it was 30%. 50% has gone of this, and this is the pop-out vases, or for you guys stateside, vases. This is going to create the pop-out vase. Now, this is giving you the vase, it's giving you the panels, it's also giving you the ribbon die, you've got a sentiment there, and that creates that pop-out mechanism. You can decorate it in many ways, keep it blank, do it all pattern die cut, do selective ones, that's up to you, but you've got 2 different designs. Then, to create the pop-out vase, you can then pop all of these florals into that vase. So we can see here, if I bring it back in, just so you can see, all of these are what you're going to be creating from these. However, it does not stop you from using any of your other flower dies or stamps if you want to cut them out afterwards. Or of course you can use all of these completely on their own. It's entirely up to you. But you've got the vase, you've also got all of these dies, 20 elements in total. As I said, $27.98, $31.90, but if you're platinum, it does come down to £22.38 or $25.52 with 100 extra bonus points for something very dimensional. But you don't actually have to use them on an inside pop-out way, do you, Debbie? You can have them on the front, you can have them inside the card, use them separate, lots of ways.
Yeah, they can be in gift boxes, they can be on the front of cards, and the inside of cards, which I have got one here to show you what I mean. So you could go on the inside of a card, like so. And again, they've got that dimension, so they still fold flat, but you've got dimension. So this is actually stuck to the base of the card. You need to go back and watch that lovely show with, I believe, was it Michelle and...
I think it was Michelle and Corinne?
I want to say Corinne, yeah. Where they launched on Friday and had dedicated all the way through the day, including that launch of these beautiful different ways that you can use them. The one that I did this morning was an actual vase. I don't know what I've done with it, Craig. I'm looking absolutely everywhere for it. Do you know, I think I might have put it up front. Yeah, it's at the front. It's just at the front here. But lots of ways that you can use them to give you that dimension. And then, of course, they do fold flat. And then, literally, this is the kind of thing you can be making. And I'm pretty sure that you've got lots of different ideas, but it could be a lovely statement piece in the centre of a gift box where you've got that pop-out element all the way running through your vase, and those florals are outstanding. You can put as many florals in as you want, as little as you want. I've kept that as a solid, but it does, if you were using it in a card form, would fold flat. So if I just bring in the one that I did earlier, this is one I did earlier. It's the same thing, but rather than keeping it whole in the box, it actually just folds flat. So you just push that down and it folds lovely and flat as well. So loads and loads of ways that you can use them, and they are absolutely incredible. Shall we have a go?
Let's have a go.
Let's have a go. Let's, because I'm trying to remember what I did with my dies. Oh, there
you found them?
Yeah, I found them. So we've got an instruction booklet on how to use your vase and how to put it together. So this literally is a step-by-step, telling you what you need, die cutting machine, cardstock and glue adhesive, telling you what to cut out, how many pieces, how many panels, which are optional. You don't have to use them if you don't want to use them. How to put it together. Your little mechanism on the inside, so it's called the inner divider, is the proper technical term for it, but literally how to put that together, how to fix those together, and then literally popping it into the box, and then constructing it all together.
Okay.
So literally what we're going to do now is I'll show you how to put the base together, and then we'll do some of the decoration as well. So I've sped this up, Craig. I wanted to speed this process up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the die itself comes to you in this form, where you've got one mechanism, score lines into place, and it cuts out a solid form. And I don't know if you can see there, but you've got those lines on each one.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yep. So what I'm just going to do is, let me keep putting tools away, and then I'm thinking I've lost them.
Using them again.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to just reinforce those score lines that are already in place for you, like so. And exactly the same on the other one as well.
Such a fun pop-out element to have within your cards.
Honestly, they are absolutely. I mean, I love them, and I'm pretty sure Michelle has been cock-a-hoop getting this one for a launch, because they're just so easy to use. And all you're going to do is you're going to decide on how many flowers you're going to cut, and I'll show you mine, what I've already pre-done, and cutting that mechanism. The mechanism is in that pretty vase set for you, so you just got to cut yourself 3 of those, which I have already done so, Craig. And again, you've got the score lines into place, so it's just a case of reinforcing those scores. Oops.
Ah, folding them over.
And folding them over, yeah. And you can cut it out in any colour you want. This is the inner mechanism part to your die. And again, it's really straightforward. And again, just give those a little... It's manipulation.
Yeah.
Card manipulation. You just
All
manipulate it into its shape.
All there for you, which is handy.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to stick the 2 panels together. So if you look at this tab and this straight edge is where you're going to link the 2 together. You can use anything from red liner tape to glue, wait a minute.
Glue, tape.
Thank you. Like. And wet glue, that's the word I was looking for. But yes, so we're just going to join those 2 pieces together, and I'm just going to make sure I've got that lined up before I attach it properly. So by that I just mean I turn it over and have a little look that I've got the score lines into place. There's no overhanging or anything like that, because it makes a difference when it comes to folding flat. So again, give that a nice little burnish, and we'll do exactly the same with the other side too.
I believe Facebook went down again.
Oh my goodness me!
We're back. So and yeah, just to clarify it well, it is a Facebook fault. It's Facebook that's been having the issues worldwide, apparently.
Oh, so it's not just us?
Not just us.
That's
no.
okay, that's good to know. That is good to know. And that's how you put your vase together. I've got all the panels here, and I mean, I've put mine onto a Xyron sheet. I'm just hoping did I remember to do that? Yes, I did. Oh, did I? Do you know when you think, did I actually...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, did I? I can't remember now. Like, oh, no, what did I do? But again, I'm just going to pop on my panels. I think I might have alternate ones. So we'll have a solid.
And that's the thing, you know, whether, you can cut direct in, or you can cut the panels like you're doing now, or it can have the die cut design in it, or you can just use that outline. Even for the decoration alone, it's a lot of ways in which you can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and that's the beauty of this, and that's what I think creates versatility. It does more than one thing, and it will do, because I'm going to show you some black and white concepts in a second of all the different things that you can do with these. Again, they're just fabulous. So many different ways you can use these dies, but you create that really wow factor every single time, no matter which style you're going for. So again, let's just put that on.
It's like Dieta is saying, I have this set, it's so nice, and you can be so creative with it. Christmas, Valentine's, Easter, Mother's Day, get well. And certainly here in the UK for a couple of years now, because you can't take live or real flowers into hospitals, you maybe want to take a little pop-up bouquet of that you've made yourself. Nice way of doing that.
Yep, absolutely. Now, what you're going to do is these mechanisms, they're just going to join in the centre. So you ended up like, they look like two legs meeting together with two little feet. That's how I describe it. It is the inner part that works and holds your flowers and your florals together. So again, it's worth taking your time with this one. And I say this a lot, but sometimes these extra little pieces are the bits that make the difference in terms of construction. So it's just spending that couple of extra little minutes, just making sure you've got this little bit right. So again, I'm just going to put my tape on and we're going to attach those again into that centre. And again, wet glue might be more forgiving for you and give you a bit of wiggle time to get it into place. But once you've mastered this, and it takes all of a couple of minutes to do that, that creates the inner part. It's so easy to put together, a lot easier than it looks. And then these themselves, you want them spread out. So if I just hold that there, can you see? It's very difficult with these camera lights, but you're going to put your glue onto those.
Yeah, you can see that.
Yeah, can you see that?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to make sure I've got those pieces put in. I'd used red liner tape this morning, but time is, goodness me.
Flies in, isn't it?
Honestly.
So busy.
Excuse me, today, as flown by, I realised that I need some petrol before I go home tonight, and I was going to do it in between the shows, but we were doing a bit of filming in between, and we're having a little natter, weren't we?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, and then
we were not, how dare you, Johnny? How very dare you?
Was he earwigging?
Johnny was snipping on us. Wrong. Now,
we're animated. I am animated when I talk. I don't know about yourself normally, Craig, but
well, in my defence, Johnny, what Debbie was filming earlier on, I may have on Hobbymaker here in the UK next week. So I was learning from watching what Debbie was filming.
Yes.
So you know.
Yeah.
I was easing in all of Debbie's creativeness and knowledge as to what she was filming. And that was what I was doing earlier on.
Bless. The girls are blown away, weren't they? They were like, how does it? It's like magic. How does that? We were like, don't ask us. We ain't got a clue. They just tell us that this is what it does, and we're like, wow, what can we achieve?
Yeah.
It is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I noticed, and there's instructions in here, but can you see where I'm popping those two legs, where one comes into this panel, one comes into that? That's what you're aiming for. You want to be able to create this divider that still folds nice and neatly in terms of flat, but I'm just going to squeeze each end so that the glue adheres to there. And again, it's not difficult. If you feel like you want to use a wet glue till it's in place, then I would say use a wet glue. I've realised, Craig, that I didn't put it down because I can feel the stickiness coming through. Do you know, normally when you use your Xyron, I like to make sure it's adhered and rubbed, and I didn't rub it down.
Yeah,
so,
see what you mean.
So I'm a little bit sticky, but you get the gist of how you pop that vase together, create those panels, and then what we're going to do is fill it with all the flowers. And this is when you've got all of these dies that create lots of different flowers, to be fair, from foliage to beautiful sunflowers to daisies. You've got the stems. This one's an invaluable one because it's got the stem there. Cameron got a little look at Craig's face. So the camera, it did. He didn't do it live, thankfully, but Craig copped a bit more on eyeful than he normally would have done then, because the camera came in very close.
I was like, oh no, I can't look.
Excuse me, I'm going to have to take a little swig, because...
Yeah, you go for it.
Honestly, that tickled me when I saw your face then.
Just to say as well, once Debbie's done this, I think I may have figured out the shadow effect with the foam by having a look at one of these dies. So maybe come back to that just shortly. I think I figured it out.
Oh, Craig, well, I shall be watching you anticipation then when you're doing yours, because I'm really excited about that.
I'll verbally explain it tonight when we come back.
Perfect.
I think I've got it sorted.
Perfect. So you're going to run through all your chosen coloured cardstocks. I've gone for some really nice bright pink, and I've literally inked this with some fuchsia. And you've even got the centre parts that I'm just going to... Let me just grab me tacky glue for this. So let's pop a bit of tacky glue I've literally got glue on every single part of my fingers. So everything's sticking to me. But you look at how lovely those look. So again, you've got all of these flowers, and I will show you as well, because Craig, there's some amazing. Although I'm saying I'll show you, I want you to go back and watch that launch show with Michelle and Corinne, because they'll have been full of ideas. Corinne loves flowers. She honestly absolutely adores them, and Michelle, being the creative soul that she is, literally will have come up with so many different ways that you can have used them. So it's well worth it. But I am stuck to the eyeballs with glue all over my fingernails and everywhere else. I've got echinacea. Is that how you say it? I think that's how you say it. And I've actually used the stem, but I've actually anchored it, so I've folded it. Because you can have straight edge ones, and what I mean by that, Craig, is I've got some straight edge flowers, so I've popped the stem straight onto the back, but I wanted a little bit of movement with some of the flower heads, so that gives you a little bit of a wobble. And that's just by simply taking your stem and just put about half an inch in and folding it over, and so it creates a little bit of a wibble wobble with your flowers.
Yeah, wibble wobble.
Wibble wobble, yeah. But when I say, and this is my problem, Craig, I don't know about you, but I am absolutely ridiculous. I never know when to stop. I think I've got a little bit OTT.
Keep going and going.
But the thing is, this is the lovely thing about these dies. That's exactly what you can do. That's the same flower as this one, but just cut out into yellow and then with the white. So again, lots and lots of different ways. And when I say I've cut loads of flowers, I've also cut ridiculous amount of I don't know who I think I am sometimes, honestly. I get carried away, cutting away to my heart's content, till I end up with more than I actually need. But isn't it better to have more than you need?
It's definitely better to have more than you need.
Absolutely. So this is when you're just going to start decorating. So you're going to, and because I've gone this, it's gone inside of the inside of a box, I'm going to have them all the way around. So I'm going to have them in all sorts of different directions. So again, I'm just going to pop, literally now.
Okay, and I'm just going to anchor them in with the glue.
Yep, that's all you need to do. And whether it be a tape pen or a wet glue, just remember if it's wet glue, you need a bit of drying time, so just make sure you grab and hold. Is it stick and hold? Tack. Yeah, it needs to get tacky, but you can attach them to the inner part, you can attach them to the side, you can attach them back to front, so it depends where you want to put your florals. You can double heads, so you could double sides, so it's got like that full feature all the way around as well if you want to do that, but you're just going to literally fill up your pieces like so, and that's all I'm going to do.
And I suppose what you could do is, if you wanted to, you can do quite minimum.
Yep.
But then, or minimal, but then you could completely go to town, do the edges that you're doing, and then the centre anchor bits that's holding it in.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, there's so many different ways you can do it. Because I've got this going down the centre of a card, I'm going to have my flowers both ways. So I'm going to have them inside as well as out, just so it creates a little bit of dimension. So let's pop this one on the front.
When me and Debbie were on together the other weekend and we were kind of like doing that preview, what I was saying to Debbie as well, what I can see myself also using a lot of is just the flower heads alone.
Yes, yeah.
They're going to be very, very useful and handy just to use as embellishment or decorations for your cards or your scrapbooks, boxes. So together or separate, it'll work well.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's going to be so many different ways you can use these, isn't there, Craig? I love these. I think they're absolutely fab. And I love flower dies. So it's exciting to have a set of flower dies in our collection that offer something a bit different as well. But you can start building it up and having them coming out both ends. So they're going facing outside the vase, facing inside the vase. A bit like a flower arrangement, to be fair.
It is.
Yeah, a bit like a flower arrangement.
Good way to think of it.
Yeah. So again, though, I'm just going to pop this to match and mirror up with the inside part as well. So let's go in.
And then you can do it to match their decor colour as well. If you know, obviously, the colour of their decor or certain, maybe their living room or dining room, or it's going in the hall or anything like that, colour coordinate it.
It must be warm in here, Craig, because I'm having difficulty sticking this down. I don't normally, but I think it's very... Is it me or is it very warm?
No, it is warm.
Oh, that's okay.
No,
and I've just dropped my belt again, so I'm just going to have to just pause for a second because I've got my belt on, but I've got my mic packs on, and this belt doesn't have it doesn't have like a buckle.
Okay.
It's just like a decoration buckle.
Oh.
So because I've got my mic packs on the back of it, it's weighing my dress,
It's weighing it down.
my belt down, and it keeps coming undone, keeps popping undone. So you have to please excuse me. But yeah, we're just gonna pop up and pop out. Arc at him. What's he like? Perhaps shouldn't be divulging too much there and sharing too much. But again, let's have a play with these. These are just beautiful.
They
Love
are.
them.
They really, really are.
But again,
I think Johnny's joke tickled himself there.
he always
He was
tickles
pleased with that
himself.
one.
He's forever tickling himself. Oh, that doesn't sound right. It's Johnny, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean that. Oh dear, I just need a minute.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's definitely getting hot in here. Absolutely.
I'm going to start choking now, I do
No, she's got,
apologise.
that's it, she's going. So yeah, as you can see, lots of different ways, different colours. Your texture card, of course, you can cut it into your Centura Apparel card as well if you want to. Do your own distressing and backgrounds and inky techniques and cut them. Love it. It's gone again. It's gone again.
I'm so sorry. I sometimes just don't think.
Did I say you get an extra 100 bonus points on this one as well? Yeah. Pop-up vases, 20 elements in total, £27.98.
Dear. Honestly, I get worse. I do apologise, Johnny. I didn't mean that at all, but I think you know what I meant by that.
Johnny, you're just making it worse. Oh, dear. I wish you could hear what's in our ear. Oh, they're saying I'm glad that you can't hear what's going on in our ear.
Oh, God, I can't breathe. Excuse me. Oh, I do apologise.
You're doing so well despite Johnny in our ear.
Laughing and coughing at the same time.
Yeah, it's not a good combination.
I just need a second. I won't
Yeah,
give it.
because we've got a couple of comments here actually. We've got 4 Holiday Designs is saying, I knew if I saw these I would want to get them, and I do. These are so sweet. I just love them. Even I love them as well. I love that pop-out dimensional element to it. And you've got Sandra Peak is saying, could you show us how a card folds with the flower pot on the inside or outside for mailing? I think Michelle done that on launch.
Do you mean this on an inside of a card? Because I've got one here.
Have you got one there?
Yeah, this was my planned second demo, but we're not going to get to that one. So this was a card fold, which is fairly flat. Fairly flat.
Yes, yeah.
And then when
Yeah.
you open it up, I've actually stuck, so the back part, so instead of me filling, because now I've got my flowers here, and I put the decoration on, instead, what I've done with this one is, and if I just try and lift it up so you can see,
Right.
can you see the back panel? It's just one panel I've stuck down.
Gotcha.
So that the rest of it is now squishable and squashable and flattable. So you only need to stick one panel, one chosen panel, onto the back of your inside of your card, and the rest then, but then you've got the ability to be able to squish. I'm not going to squish that just yet because I'm going to keep this upright. I've done that deliberately. But you can see, if I just show you that again, can you see?
Yeah.
It's just held on by one panel.
the one.
And there, fill it up with all the flowers that you're going to fill in, and you can go to town. I mean, I went crazy with this one. But again, literally, and it will fold flat, because you push it down and you fold it in, and it's a nice folded flat
Cool.
card. There you go. So that shows you how to do your flat inside cards. And I'm pretty sure, like you said, Craig, I mean, I didn't actually catch the show, but I'm pretty sure that between them, Corinne and Michelle will have discussed how you do that. Yeah.
But that was a good way to see it. That clearly shows how you can just pop it on the inside of a card.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at me, I'm getting carried away, and I've
Loving these,
realised
aren't
it's
you?
like 20 to 1. We've still got loads to do. So I'm going to stop just for a second, because literally all I've done is carried on with those. Let me just push that to one side. Push those. I've taken with an exploding box. I made my own exploding box using some panels and some of our favourite floral paper you might recognise from a couple of birthdays ago. And the panels of these are, you cut 4 pieces of these, 2, and I'll give you the measurement, proper measurement, it's 7 by 5 inches, and I've scored it a ½ inch on each one, and then just taken off the side pieces. And I've repeated that 4 times and just decorated it with some contrasting colour. For the base of the exploding box, that measures at 5 inches by 5 inches, and all you're going to do is connect those tabs to the card. Now I'm going to attach it to the top, so I'm going to pop my fold onto all of those.
Okay.
And that repeated, and I'm going to alternate it, so I'm going to do it again on this next one, so you'll repeat that 4 times. We will be having a craft along with these pop-out vases very soon, and I'm pretty sure whoever gets it will come up with something pretty amazing for you to be able to follow very easily, all the things that we've talked about in this show, and also what Michelle did over the launch as well. And I believe Lily had them on Sunday, if I remember rightly. She also had them on Sunday on the Second Chance segment.
Possibly, actually, yeah. Yeah.
So, again, all you're going to do is attach those, and that gives you that exploding box feature. So if I just push those in, that's the exploding box. We will then sit our vase onto the inside. Now, for me to do that, I need to have some little legs, and I need to be able to sit it down. So I've just cut myself a couple of little pieces that measured 2 inches by 3/4 of an inch and scored it in half. And if I just show you with me one that's attached to the box.
Yeah.
Apologies, because I can hear my throat going again. I've just attached it underneath each panel, so that you can then sit the box, and it's not moving. It's literally just cutting straight across the bottom. So if I pop, where's my other one gone? Just one onto that side, stuck in, one onto that side, stuck in, and then meet in the middle, and you've got yourself a little flap to be able to stick it onto. So that's how you would do that. And if I just quickly demonstrate that, Craig, because it might make it easy if I show you.
Yeah, just to pop it in.
Pop it in, either end, and you've got the symmetrical part of the box there to be able to do that with that.
So you have, yeah.
So again, just pop that on inside, and then I've got somewhere to be able to stick that down. So you see now, you put your glue on and then stick it into that centre, and you've got that box then to be able to create. And if I just move that and bring it back in again.
And it's good because that hides the little working tabs.
Yeah, it hides it all. It keeps it nice and neat. This is the finished one with all the decoration in. Flowers coming both ways. I've put leaves in there, put sunflowers in. I've literally crammed as well. You can see how many flowers I've crammed in there. I don't do anything by halves, that's my problem. I'm always the same. But it's attached now to the bottom of the box. And then for the lid literally is, size-wise, it measures at 7 and, I think it's 7¼ inches square. So 7¼ inches square with an inch fold all the way around. Form your box lid. Pop that together, and I've literally just decorated it with some of those sunflowers or daisies or whatever it is that you want to call it, because you're in control of that flower, and then just pop that over the top to create your pop-out box. And again, that statement piece, when you open your box up, is you've got those beautiful flowers on the inside. So if I open that up, Charlotte, can you do the front for me? Thank you, love. And then you've got that pop-out piece in the centre. There you go.
So cool. So cool. Love that. I know so many are going to be doing that one as well. That's from the pop-up vases. That one is the 20 elements, $27.98, $31.90. Or if you are platinum, it comes down to $22.38 or $52.52 with 100 extra bonus points. If I can just quickly show you this, and this is my thinking method with that reverse effect when it comes to that stamping block. So if we have a look at this die here, so if we look at that, if you die cut it into cardstock, this is how it's going to look because it's going to flip it. Now, if you heat the foam and press it into your die, ink it, and then stamp it, you're going to get that reverse effect. The only thing is, though, I don't know what, for me, why you would want to have one side as a die cut paper and the other would just be an outline of a previous die. So that one there, you know, you can maybe figure out yourself, but it will give you that reverse feature if you then do your heating of the foam, press it into the die, and then that gives you that reverse feature. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, then you can just give it a shot when you get home. And if you don't like it, do you know what you can do? Just reheat it and it's just going to go flat again. But
That's
that is
it, yeah, because it's that magic.
That magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we are going to do our demo of the show before we come back just very, very shortly and do demo of the day. So, for me, I think I know what one demo of the show is going to be, but I know Debbie's going to line them up. We're going to have a look at them.
It's a bit easy because I think I've already done two.
Yeah, that's probably right, yeah.
Probably
You've just
right,
done
yeah.
two.
Because we've been doing techniques and
That's
things
right.
like that and chatting. And so, yeah, so number one is our lovely wisteria. And number two is our pop-out floral display. So one or two, you decide.
Both gorgeous. I know what one I would put my money on, put it that way. We've got a couple of minutes. Caitlin's going to tally up the votes and then we'll come back just shortly and do demo of the day. Rightio. Preview of our brand new craft kit. Now this one is 55. This is all about the grand floral swirl dies. And let me tell you, when I was recording these little videos that are going to, well, already go out for those that are in the subscription, it took me quite a while to actually say grand floral swirl dies without mucking up. Just ask Jamie and Sam through next door. They'll be able to tell you. But look, I managed it this time round. It is 55. It is your Crafter's Companion monthly craft kit. This is your grand floral swirl die sets. This is where you can make a minimum of 12 cards and you've got over 170 elements. You may be familiar with a larger range that we've done. You know by now we come in with a smaller comprehensive little collection, completely different swirl dies than you'll have seen from the bigger collection. These will complement or use them as standalone. You've got your metal dies, 2 of them. You've got 4 of your acrylic stamps. You've got organza ribbon. You've got your 12 card blanks and the envelopes. You've then got mirror cards. You've got assorted gems as well, not dewdrops or pearls. You have got your gems in this one. You've got your 8x8 colour card. You've got your 12 pack and you've also got 12 pack of your printed papers, also 8x8. As you know by now, these all come uncoated, so you can ink them, you can distress them, you can tear them, you can do all of that. And these enable you to make features on your cards in your projects, or you can do them on the edge of your cards and your projects. You might want to come along and do some paper piecing. You might want to do your fold outs that we can see within this one here. If I bring this one, how simple and elegant is that one? A little bit of a drop shadow. You can trim little bits if you so wish. We've then also got them on your different concept cards where you can fold out and pull out. You can be doing styles such as these. So this is where you're going to come down into sections, depending where you're going vertical or horizontal. You can absolutely do that. Here is another one here, using some acetate, so it looks as though it's just suspending right within the middle that you've got there. So that could be the edge, once again, vertical or horizontal. This has got some paper piecing. The papers that you're seeing within this card or this card that's been made are included. And what I didn't point out within this box here, you've also got 12 8x8 sheets of gold mirror card, and also so that's 6 of gold and 6 that are silver. That's included. Off the top of my head, not seen gold and silver mirror card in any of our craft kits before. So again, if you're doing your fold out, creating your feature with the grand swirls, love this one as well. So you don't just have to cut into the mirror card or the block card. You can go in with the pattern paper that's included. All these cards, you can see the color theme that you're going to find throughout this whole box, or or of course you can be using any of your own stash. This is one, if you go into the craft box group that has that address within the actual box, this is the one that I do a video for, so you can see that one, and this is the one that I also do a video for. So I do 2 for every single craft kit. That one and that one are little 10-minute videos. If you're already in that group, then of course you can just go across now, watch, but this is what I will show you how to create. And then of course you can be creating loads more. It's entirely up to yourself. Use them separate, use them combined with many other dyes, maybe use them with your wisteria collection. It's up to you, but you've got all of that over 170 craftable elements inside, and those dies and those stamps, as we always say, if you look after them, they're going to last you a lifetime. All you're going to have to do is add your own card blanks and papers, whether it's your Sarah signature, Nature Garden, maybe it's your paper library, all of these you can start to use up. But that one is your monthly craft kit. It is box number 55. It is all about the grand floral swirl dies. It is a fab one, everything contained, whether it's going to be a top up for crafty products you've got, it's maybe going to be a gift for you, it's maybe going to be a gift for someone else, but we've got that one launching very soon, box number 55. Right, we have a result of demo of the show, so are you ready? It is what I thought it was going to be. Demo of the show is, of course, it's number 2, Debbie.
Okay, all
Number
right then,
2.
Yeah. Okay, pop
So-
that to one side.
I think if we get them lined up, we can now do demo of the show, I believe.
And I think you've got the 2 from earlier.
Okay,
yeah.
I shall go and
They're on
get that one.
the, yeah, that shelf, yeah.
So is this both yours from
That's
today,
right,
Debbie?
yes,
Yeah?
So wait, the first one is the wisteria. There you go.
There we
That's
go.
number 1 from
Okey-doke.
this wake-up call, the wisteria one.
Perfect. Number 1, or Debbie's craft along. Number 2.
Or number 3, our pop-out floral box.
I honestly can't call this one, Debbie. I can't call this.
Well, I'm glad I'm not doing it. That's all I
Yeah.
say. I say that every time because I really just couldn't choose.
No.
It's like asking to choose your favourite child, and I just can't do it.
No.
Can't do it because I always say, you're my favourite youngest daughter, you're my favourite eldest daughter, and you're my favourite son. Get away with it that way because I can't choose.
You can't choose. No, you can't choose.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm not going to call it on this one. It's going to be up to you at home, 1, 2, or 3. It's entirely up to yourself. You literally have just a couple of moments to get those votes in for Caitlin to tally up. Mary is saying, I love this kit. Susie T is saying, wow, beautiful kit. Rachel B saying, wow, that's lovely. Coletta Cooper is saying, love the mirror card. That's included in this kit. We've got 4 holiday designs is saying, gorgeous. And Christy is saying, what is the key for cutting mirror card and not getting the pattern of the cutting plates on the card? That's a really good question.
Copier
sheets.
paper.
Yeah, copier sheets. Hopefully that'll help. Very thin layer of your copier sheet, and then that should hopefully help. Right, before we end the day on Crafters TV, we're going to have another look at our heat tool and 4-pack stamping foam. Heat and mould foam, $29.98 or $36.90. Comes all the way down to $23.98 or $29.52. Not only is it the launch of the foam, it's the launch of our very own Crafters Companion 2-speed heat tool. All across on our website. Debbie, you have got that exquisite swash pad to show us just some of what we can do.
Just some, because this piece of foam, this magical piece of foam, with the use of our brand new heat tool, so our heat gun, will transform anything. Anything you want, try it. I want you to try it because you're just going to heat apply like I did throughout earlier today and earlier on in the show. You simply heat up your foam to get it into its moldable state. So literally, then you can put an impression in once it's in that heat moldable stage.
Yes.
You can then turn it and transform anything you want into a stamp because that combined together means you can do things like this. And this, for me, is absolutely just some of the things that you can do. An Essien bag that looks real, but it's super smooth.
Doesn't it?
It just, the texture on it looks absolutely incredible. A metal chain. So literally lay down your metal chain and an impression. You can stamp there. Leaves, real leaves. Literally take a leaf, heat set your, or heat, I keep saying heat set, but I mean heat, apply the heat.
Yeah.
Get that nice and hot, and then impressions with your leaves, and then add your ink, and you're good to go.
You could take a leaf out of that book.
Ah, I like that one. You've been waiting for that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
I'm going to be listening for that on Monday. You've got your scrunched tin foil as well. I love that one.
Isn't that fab as well?
It's just absolutely incredible, and I keep looking at it thinking, God, that would look so beautiful as a wall painting. Looks beautiful. The fine lace blows me away every single time because I look at it thinking, where's the lace? But it's the impression. It's absolutely beautiful. Resin flowers, screws and nails, wooden embellishments, stencils, your favourite stencils, turning it into a stamp, mini pegs. You've got a knitted top. Please don't use anybody who's like got it on. Make sure it's off the person when you're doing it. The same with the zips. Zips, absolutely incredible that you can do it with zips, buttons. And this is just a little bit of the things that you can do. Background metal die, sequins. You can take your favourite die and turn it into a stamp. You can take your sequins, turn them into a stamp. Take your background stamps, turn it into a stamp without stamping. Because doesn't that look incredible? It looks like you've done no stamping whatsoever, but it creates that lovely background. Cotton lace, rounded pins, embossing folder. You've got coins on there as well. We've got keys. We've got metal embellishments. Just think this is phenomenal. Elastic bands, bubble wrap, string, and so on. Pasta spirals, twigs, shells, and even your scoring board.
Love
I
the
mean,
scoring board.
how incredible. And that swatch book has been made with foam, heat tool, and some ink. And that's it. And when that puts into perspective of what you've just used, but look at all the wealth of things that you can be turning into a stamp. This is why it's super exciting and why we are delighted to be bringing this today, launching today here exclusively. Craig's told you he's not launching this till Hobby Maker until Monday, is it?
Monday next
week. So
week.
you're getting hold of it first. So if you love it and you've always wanted one of our heat tools, then get it now, and you're getting the additional bonus there with that brilliant magical foam. It's incredible, it really is.
It really, really is. Thank you, Debbie, for showing all of that. Right, we do have a result of demo of the day, and as I was saying, I thought it might be too close to call. I'm glad that I wasn't calling it, that's for sure. But it's number 2. It's your craft along. Your craft along.
Well,
I'm
I say my craft along. Can I give a shout out again to our fabulous Marie, because it was our Marie that had designed it, and initially, you know, we had this for a sample. It was a sample that she did for us, but you guys have loved it, and I had loads of messages. Tap it away. If you've got that craft along, please will you do that handbag? Well, we have done. So we're going to give our lovely Big Marie a big shout out and a big thank you for
Marie.
Allowing us to use her design and create that beautiful bag. So I'm not going to take the credit on this one. This craft along is a shared joint venture between myself and Marie. So thank you very much, Marie. But thank you very much for today, Craig. I've really loved it.
You're very welcome.
I'm back on Friday.
Excellent.
New launch on Friday. So craft vault with Debbie as well. Teas, bit of sewing involved.
Bit of sewing.
Embroidery, dies.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say.
That would be interesting.
Really fabulous.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you, Debbie, for powering through. I know you're saying you're coming at that tail end of not being well, but I know that still been giving you that tickly cough and that. So thank you, Debbie. I am back tomorrow. I'm going to be back all day tomorrow on this side. I'm going to be with Jan, so that's going to be lovely to see Jan again. It's been maybe about a week, 2 weeks since I've last seen Jan, so it's so lovely to be seeing her tomorrow. However, you will see me before then if you pop across in an hour and 15 minutes. So 9:15 here in the UK, 4:15 Eastern Time, 1:15 Pacific Time. We will, of course, on my Facebook or, of course, on my Crafters Companion YouTube channel, we will open door number 6 of our Crafters Companion Advent Calendar. We will do that live. We will spend an hour live opening it up, and we will create a card or a project or something using the item behind that door. So hopefully you can join me then. If not, I will see you all day tomorrow right here, Crafters TV. We've had the full team in today backstage, so thank thank you to all of those guys, Johnny and Charlotte as well. We're all back together at the weekend. Caitlin as well on the socials, giving us a good helping hand. Thank you once again. Take care. If I see you tonight, brilliant. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. We will do it all over again on Crafters TV. Bye.